Hi, my name is Gabby and welcome back to my channel, Gabby on Paper. In today's video, we're going to do two things. First, we're going to budget out the third and final paycheck of March, and then we will also close out the budget and go over some of my spending. Since this all happened on the same day on March 31st, I thought it'd be best to combine them, so I'm going to try and go through them as quickly as I can. Okay. So we do have a little bit of underfunding in March, and that's because my boyfriend and I have decided to add a gym membership or payment, I guess, to our rent and utility fee category. Basically, our building has two gyms, a small free gym with very, very, very basic things, and then a larger gym with more options. They gave us a free trial for a month and a half when we extended our lease, and we decided that we did want to sign up. It's $49 a month. It's supposed to be per person, but the girl, I guess the apartment manager, allowed us to pay $49 for the apartment and activated both of our fobs. My half of the $49 is $24.50, which is what I'm short here in March. We were thinking about joining a gym near our apartment, and it was a lot more expensive. We still might do that, but for now, while we get used to going to the gym, we're happy with what our apartment building has to offer, and especially for that price. The gym that we're looking into is a lot more money. It's something like, I think if we sign up as a couple, it'd come to like $125, $130 each. It's just pricey, and there's no other gyms really in our area, and it's just kind of what it is. So for now, we are happy though with this option, especially at $24.50. So first, I will fund the $24.50 that I still need for this month. Okay, sorry. All right, so we've assigned the $24.50 here. April is fully funded. We don't need edit, delete. If we remove that, because in April we don't have to pay our rent, so that means that all the money that we have in our March rent category is gonna roll over to April, and we'll use that to pay for May's rent. As a matter of fact, we actually have an extra $12 here that I can remove. $12.26 is the exact amount that we'll need to pay May's rent. That includes our utility fee, our gym, and everything. So, and then I wanted to create a new target for May. Fantastic. April is, oh man, it shows that underfunded amount, but it's really not. It's fully funded. That's for that rent that we don't need to cover. And so since I am budgeting a month ahead and April is fully covered, I'm going to use this last paycheck in March to contribute to my savings in March rather than funding into May. I just want to hit some of my goals and focus on a few things here before I start worrying about future months. So with my first paycheck in April, which will be in 2 weeks around April 14th, I'll start funding May at that time. All right, so I did want to get my electronics sinking fund fully funded, so we'll send $600 there. I am gonna send $100 to family stuff and $50 to visitors. This will be used soon, this $300. I might need to transfer money from visitors to family stuff, but we'll see how that ends up happening when it actually happens. So we're gonna leave it for now. I think, want to send an extra $150 to Home Goods. I know my goal is only $700 and now I have $1,000, but we are looking to buy a chair and a rug. The chair is looking like it'll be around $700 each, maybe a little more. The rug around $400, so that's about $200 each. So that money is going to be gone in 2 seconds once we finally pull the trigger. All right. Now from here, what do I want to do? I did want to, I think, send a little extra money to my emergency fund. So plus, I want to bring it up to 16,000 even. Yep, that took most of it. It's crazy how fast these things go. All right. Let's see here. I also want to send more money to travel. I will go over this when I do my Q1 wrap up. I'll go over my March spending, but I did end up booking another flight, another trip later in the year, and so that's why my travel fund, after it was fully funded, it has now been used. But I want to keep that up and probably contribute to it in the next few months because I will be using a fair amount of this. So let's see, what do we want to do? Plus, all right, so we got that up to 3,000. I think I want to do an extra 100 though. All right, 8402. What do I want to do with this? Okay, so I sent an extra $50 to travel and an extra $30, well, I guess $34.02 I sent to my Wish farm. Or actually, this is going to drive me crazy. Minus 0.02. I like to keep these numbers nice and round. We'll send those 2 cents to my holding category, which is what it's there for, to keep these looking nice. All right. Yeah, that's all I wanted to do in terms of budgeting, obviously, because I am out of money, but I'm going to rearrange some of my sinking funds now that I've met some goals. So home goods, I am gonna bring down to my sinking fund category group. I think $1,000 should be enough. If I need more at a later time, I'll add it. That's fine. But I think with 1,000, it should be enough to buy the things that we want to buy, I'm hoping. We also have to buy candles. I just thought of that. Electronics. Whoops. We'll go ahead and also move down. Oh, it's not working. This is crazy. This month, oh my gosh. I was able to hit my sinking fund goals for all of the sinking funds I had. I know I've used up some money from some of my sinking funds already, but I mean, that's what they're there for. And I'll probably at some point round this up to like $650, just so it looks nice. But this month was incredible in terms of savings and my financial goals. I'm so excited, and I'm actually kind of sad that these 2 months are coming to an end. In February, I had my tax return. In March, we had a 3 paycheck month. I had my bonus, and then we don't have to pay rent in April, so I didn't have to fund my rent this month, which is super exciting. All those things allowed me to reach my goals for all of my sinking funds, which is insane. I'm really glad I did it this way, and I was able to focus all of my attention on certain sinking funds at a time, because I really do work best that way. I know I could have just contributed the small amount each month and focused on sending money to my Roth IRA, but I think this is better for me. I think this will allow me to be more successful in my attempt to max out my 2023 Roth. Right now, my focus on now categories will be family stuff. Now that all this like extra money is out of the way, it's behind us, I'm not going to be sending as much to these categories. It'll be a lot less. So I'm glad I was able to beef them up a little bit. And then I will still send some money here and there, not much, to my travel fund. The majority of it will go to my Roth IRA. So yeah, April is taken care of. And then in May, I need $2,900 to fully fund the month. That includes the $542 that I want to send to my Roth. That's the minimum I'm going to send each month. I am expecting to hopefully at least double that. Anything that I make over the $2,902.36 will then ideally go to a little bit of money in my Focus On Now, but the majority of it go to my Roth IRA. And I think that way I will get it maxed out fairly quickly, in my opinion. Fairly quickly for me and my budget and my income. But all right, so the first thing I am doing is gonna clear out some of these categories that have a little extra money left in them. For example, my AT&T bill was a little less than expected, so we're gonna move that to ready to assign, just 32 cents. All right, so we have $175.03 to work with. First, I will send 3 cents to the holding category just to get it to a nice number. I think my priority here is $150 to travel. Is that what I want to do? Yeah. And then I will send... Then I will also send $25 to my wish farm item, which is right now it's my Dyson straightener that I want to get. My straightener is kind of on its last legs. I've had it for years and years and years, and it's just time to get a new one, and this is the one I want. Previously, I was saving up for this moon phase pendant. I decided I still want it, I just don't want it right now. So I ended up transferring this money to a Kuyana small zipper EC tote. It was about $143, and then I did end up buying the tote. The tote was more than what I had available in my wish farm category, but I just used my personal shopping money to fund that, and we'll go over that in a little bit. All right, so now that that's taken care of, let's go take a quick look at my reports. So I have all of my accounts on here. The only categories that I don't include are the reimbursement categories. That's just when my boyfriend and my sister send me money for things that I've paid. So we'll leave it that way. Everything else is included. At my job, it was a 3 paycheck month, so I made $5,927.78, and this was a good income month. Aside from it being a 3 paycheck month, a couple of my paychecks were a little bit on the higher side because of some overtime, so I was very pleased with that. Next, I did receive my bonus of about $3,800, a little less, and so between all of that, I earned $9,715.75. Just wouldn't it be awesome if that was the case every month? But it's okay. Hopefully someday I'll get there. For my expenses, I did spend nearly $164 on travel. I booked a flight to go visit my sister in July. The same weekend that I'm going to Salt Lake, my boyfriend is going to his mom's house in New York. That way we both get to see our families and without having to essentially pay double, because typically we travel together to both of our families' things, and it's just a lot of money. And this year we kind of have our focuses on other financial things, and we want to still take a trip later on in the year. So that's why we split up this time around. I used my airline credit for the American Airlines flight that we did not take when we were supposed to go to Cancun in November. I guess American Airlines is really not good here in Chicago because pretty much everywhere it was crazy expensive. It was the most expensive airline for any other destinations. My flight to Salt Lake with the credit and everything ended up being about $600, which is ridiculous. I sent $642 to my Roth IRA, which did include an extra $100 like I had written in my goals. Everything here is normal. We only spent $84.50 on rent, and that's because we have a promotion where our rent was free for the last month of our lease, which is April. I always pay each month's rent like a few days before the previous month ends, so everything is cleared and ready to go. So essentially I paid this like March 27th for April's rent, and this includes my half of our utility fee that we pay our building, and then my half of the gym that we also pay our building. AT&T, ComEd, and then interest was interest and fees. It's a credit card fee for my oldest credit card that I'm not going to cancel. It's just there, and I'll just continue paying it. Maybe eventually when we buy a home, maybe I will then cancel it, since I won't need to keep my credit score up. All right, all of these are the same. Our annual Amazon Prime subscription came out. I split this with my friend and my sister, so this is for my third of it. I've already started saving for next year's. Groceries, $190. That's pretty good. Dining out, $130, $127. This is a little high. I ate out a lot this month. We had some, we went to go pick up some pizza, breakfast. We went to Raising Cane's after a museum night. We went to a Mexican restaurant that we love, got a bagel. I went to Italy with my friend during work. It was like during our lunch hour, but I didn't have enough money in my work lunches category to cover it. And this is not typically what I would consider like a work lunch. This is more of a friend outing, and even though we worked together and it was during our lunch hour, because I don't spend that much money on a typical work lunch. And then we went to our favorite pizza place. For work lunches, one day I had a 50% off promo with Uber Eats, and I had a $15 Uber cash for my credit card, gives me monthly, and so I ordered Italy, and it was only $11.06, which is an amazing deal. I'll likely do that in the future if I can get another promo. Raising Cane's, because I love it, and then just lunch near my building. It was for a day that I forgot my lunch. And then treats are the usual vending machine. I bought a couple croissants just because we had with some of my coworkers, we went down and got treats or whatever. So I got a croissant and they got coffee and other things. Entertainment, we went to go see Creed. So this was the snacks. I think we bought the tickets the month before. And then we had to pay for our Stubbs yearly subscription, which is $15. So that's my half. And basically it waives processing fees on mine and gives you a small discount on concessions and things like that. You earn points and stuff. So definitely worth it for $15. Because so this is $4 or $5 every time we go to the movies in online fees only. So there's additional savings on top of that. And then actually today we bought tickets to go see John Wick 4. We've been watching the previous movies each weekend to get caught up on it, and yeah. Miscellaneous, I bought a work notebook at the art store Blick. It's a moleskin notebook, which is why it was expensive. And then I paid $20 for my bracket at work, and I way lost. I know it's not over, but there's no way. Alrighty, this is where it gets crazy. Shopping, $600, I know. So first I had returned some fleece, legging type things, and got a $25 credit in my shopping category. I bought these in February, returned them in March. Then I bought some Uniqlo skirts that didn't work out. They were way too short for work, and that's what I wanted them for. So that's what that is. I have returned all of them, so I'm expecting to get all this money back. It's just taken forever. I swear to God, I shipped them out 2 weeks ago. This is the tote that I was referring to earlier. It was $246.08. I used $143 from my Wish Farm items, and the rest, $103, came from my shopping category. I really love the tote. I don't regret it. I've been eyeing it for a while. It just wasn't on my wish list. I love it. Madewell had their Madewell Insider event, and they decided to buy a few things for an upcoming trip. So I spent $338.26, and I went into it knowing I would be returning some things. For me, it was, I can't remember where I heard this, like if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. And so I returned almost everything except for one pair of shorts that I'm considering keeping, so I still have them. So there's the return for that. In a separate order, because I forgot to include it, I bought a skirt that you'll see up here. I actually ended up returning. It just wasn't a good length for me, so I'm not afraid to return things. It's fine. Everything is, I ship back usually, just because we don't have a car. It's not that easy. And then from this order, there was a dress that I bought that was too big that I wanted to see if it would look better in a smaller size. So I bought that dress again. And then the shorts that I kept, I also bought in a tan color. So that's what this purchase is. I'll likely only keep one or the other, but I want to make sure that for like $60, I'm getting the right shorts, you know? And then like the dress was like $90 plus taxes or whatever. And then just a couple of days ago, I placed an H&M order. I bought 3 skirts, and I actually really like 2 of them. One of them didn't look good on me, the cut, so I will return that. The other 2, one is like a tennis skirt, so it's like cute for like exercising, and the other one is just like a regular skirt. And that one's a little big, so I might buy another one in a smaller size and see. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought it, because it's clearly not my size. And then again, that return. So this is not going to like settle down for a few more weeks, but hopefully by the end of April, I'll have a better idea of how much I actually spent in March. Hobbies were $1.39. I bought a moleskin notebook for a project thing that I'm working on. Basically, I bought 2 on Amazon, and then split that cost between my birthday, like what I had left over in my birthday category, and then in my hobbies category. And then I ended up returning one of them, and I knew I was going to do that. I just had to choose which one. So yeah, this was what was left over after my birthday category budget. And then I returned it, and that's why it's only $1.39. And then again, so this is that notebook I was referring to. $12.59. Oh yeah, I bought a Pipstick sticker book for $12.59 on Amazon. No regrets. I love it. And then I bought a clear cover for one of my planner journal things. And then down here, let's see, live events. My boyfriend and I bought tickets to go to the ballet. We're going to go see The Little Mermaid. I am so excited. I'm so glad that he agreed to it, because he's not really into that. We got the absolute cheapest tickets that we could find for $36. I'm so glad we were able to do it, because in the past, like, I've looked too late and haven't been able to get cheap tickets, and all that's left are tickets that are like $150, $180. And while I'm excited to go, I don't think I care enough to spend that kind of money, so $45 was good. $7.37, I think we just had to buy some Swiffer like white things for the home. And then $56.17, that's when I treated my coworker to lunch at Italy. I knew this was going to happen. I was so nervous. Like, making new friends is hard when you start doing things, because like, I know what I'm going to do with my other friends. I either pay and they send me money, or we split it, or, you know, we both put down our cards. So she was putting her card, and I was grabbing my card. She's like, no, I'll pay. And I was like, no, you don't have to pay for me, you know? And so like, I put my card down, and she's like, oh, well, thanks. And then put her card back. And then that's how I got stuck paying for her lunch. But it was the day after her birthday, so I was okay. I was like, this will be your birthday present and can hopefully start our friendship. Because I need friends here in Chicago. So it's okay. I'm happy. I really like her, and we had a lovely time, so it was nice. And then this gift was for, I think it was a cupcake. Was it a cupcake? Oh my gosh, it was actually a cupcake for her because she helped me with some stuff at work and spent a lot of time doing it. And so I was like, thank you for being awesome. And I brought her a cupcake to work. So yeah, that is all my spending. I spent a lot of money considering that I didn't have to pay rent. I spent almost $2,400, which is a lot. Even after all the expenses though, because it was such a high income month, I did still save about $7,300. Okay, and then I just like to look at this really fast. This is not how I normally do it. I don't know why I went the other way. So my shopping was 27% of my total spending. Food was about 16.6. Wild. I know this will not be that much. I'll be curious to see. I'll update you guys once I have my final numbers and all the returns have been processed and everything. I'll update you on how much I actually end up spending this month. But that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't done so already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Bye.